I'm not a pastor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a normal guy. So whenever I thought I was being called to go to Haiti, it really made me nervous. I was very, very unnerved about going down there. I didn't think I could be of any use to anybody while I was there. I'm just a normal guy.
Yeah. Well, whenever you come to that point of making the decision then, what kind of put you over the top? What helped you make that decision to go to Haiti?
Well, 2 years ago I was sitting out there just like these guys, and the subject of a Haiti mission trip had come up, and Dexter brought the subject up to me, and I didn't pay any attention to it the first week. I didn't even say anything to my wife. After the second week, Dexter come up to me again, and it kept running through my mind saying, hey, you're supposed to go, you're supposed to go. I know I'm supposed to go. So I went to my wife and I said, Cindy, I think I'm supposed to go on this trip. And she said, well, let's see if we can make that happen. And we started saving money and getting a passport, because you have to go through a certain bunch of stuff to get it together. But if we got it all together, then if we got all the money saved up, and we barely made it right under the deadline to get everything done. So I just knew that it was God working, saying, hey, you are supposed to go.
That's cool. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that with us. What's a typical day like in Haiti? Obviously, you're not doing medical missions like they do in Thailand. What's it look like in Haiti?
Well, there's no real typical day in Haiti. Every day just changes. Usually you get up like 6 o'clock in the morning and start the coffee, of course. And you start off with a quick devotional, usually get some breakfast. Usually Dexter will tell us about what our work projects are going to be for the day, what our service projects are going to be. And that can be anything from fixing the roof to digging post holes to fixing the road out in front of the orphanage. It can be anything. It's working on concrete, fixing a four-wheeler, fixing a corn grinder, just whatever's put in our plans. After lunch, we'll usually finish our service projects, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day, the orphans would all get together at the orphanage. And this is my favorite part of the day. They would all get together, and the teacher would get them to sing, sometimes in English, sometimes in Haitian, or sometimes in Creole. And but that was my favorite. They would sing and dance and smile, and it was just the best time. I mean, there's no TV, but that was better than TV to me. It was just awesome.
That's great. That's great. There's always things on mission trips that catch us off guard. What were some of the things that surprised you about Haiti?
Well, first thing you notice when you're there is that there's lots of dogs. There's lots of dogs. There's no cats. There's no cats.
Do you have a theory?
I believe that they eat them. I believe they're considered a delicacy there.
So if you're a dog lover, go to Haiti.
Go to Haiti.
All right.
Because there's absolutely no cats at all. But seriously, when you land at the airport and you step off the plane, you notice there's a heaviness. There's just a feeling there. You notice that all the young children will all run and smile and play, but once they get to a certain age, they just quit smiling. There's like something in their eyes. You notice something. None of the adults smile at all. It's, to me, my theory as to that is that there's no hope. I asked the missionary that lived there, and he says it's been that way since he's been there. Anybody that he's associated with, he notices that there's just a lack of hope.
Whenever you were visiting with me about the trip, you shared with me about a Sunday morning experience that was pretty humbling as a team when you guys went to church. Tell us about that experience.
Okay. On our first trip to Haiti, we went to worship with our sister church site and go to Haiti. They worship outdoors because they don't have a full building yet, and it's hot. It's 10 o'clock in the morning in the Caribbean. It's really hot. There's no shade, there's no trees, there's no nothing. I take that back. They rigged up a little like shaded area, and that's where they positioned all of our team members. Their church services last like 2.5 hours, and they sat out in the sun with us sitting under the shade in their the best clothes they had, everything they had. And then we found out afterwards that the pastor's wife, Pastor Enito's wife, had cooked us a meal. And when I say a meal, it was a huge meal for them. It was, I mean, rice, beans, salad. It was more money spent on that meal than what they would spend on themselves all month. And I said something to Dexter. I said, Dexter, I don't think I can eat. I honestly don't think I can eat because they're giving us everything that they have. Everything that they have. And he said if we didn't eat, then it was going to insult them. It would insult them because of they try to do the best to provide for us. No one, but I don't even know how to explain how humbling that is when they give you everything that they have.
Yeah, that's a thing that we often encounter on the mission trips is the generosity and the graciousness of the people we're going to serve, and they just turn back and put the blessing on us, and it's definitely a humbling experience. Share with us a couple of things you learned in Haiti on these mission trips.
Well, before I left to go, when I found out I could finally get to go, before I left, I prayed for two things. I prayed that God would make me useful, and I can't speak to whether I was useful or not, but I prayed that he would show me what he would want me to see while I was there, okay? I didn't care anything else that happened, just show me what he wanted me to see. And don't get me wrong, I love this church. I love this church. I love what we're doing here in town. I love the building we're building, and I know we're doing great things in the community. But a lot of times I feel that we put God in a little bitty box in the United States, okay? When you see the way the missionaries in Haiti lived their life totally dependent upon God, showing up every day, it just blows your mind. It blows your faith away. You think, this is the way we're supposed to live our lives. Absolutely dependent on God showing up. And when you live like that, he does. He just does. It's just totally amazing to see. If it's, okay, here's an example. Mumps were going around the orphanage really, really bad. Okay, so the missionaries, they pray for medicine. Okay, medicine doesn't show up. They pray for healing. The kid's fine the next day. It's just crazy things like that. It's just God showing up every day. And the only way I know that you can see that is to go where it's happening. And that's where it's happening.
That's great. That's great. Let's let Darren know how much we appreciate him for coming and sharing his time.